We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
As demonstrated the other day in Uvalde, Texas. So, in direct contrast to that, I have some good news out of Charleston, West Virginia. I'm going to read this news story to you, and the link to this is going to be in the description box. Charleston, West Virginia. Police say a woman's actions may have prevented a mass casualty event following an altercation about a man speeding through a neighborhood. She did the right thing. I don't know if any other person would have done that, said Lieutenant Tony Hazelet with the Charleston Police Department. Charleston police said it all started when 37-year-old Dennis Butler was speeding up and down a parking lot inside the Vista View Apartments. He was approached by people attending a graduation party and a birthday party who asked him to slow down as children were playing. Witnesses said Butler seemed agitated and left, but returned to the complex shortly after, armed with an AR-15 style rifle, and started shooting at the crowd. Police said a woman pulled out her pistol, shooting and killing him. Beautiful, beautiful. This lady was carrying a lawful firearm, Hazelet said, a law-abiding citizen who stopped the threat of probably 20 or 30 people getting killed. She engaged the threat and she stopped it. She didn't run from the threat, she engaged it, preventing a mass casualty event here in Charleston. Police said Butler has an extensive criminal history. In 2016, he was accused of shooting and pistol whipping a 19-year-old woman, but those charges were dismissed because no witnesses testified at the pretrial hearing, which is a shame. Court records showed Butler had been convicted of 2 felonies in the past, so he should not have had a gun. Speaking about the woman, Hazelet said, she's just a member of the community who was carrying her firearm lawfully, and instead of running from the threat, she engaged the threat and saved several lives that night, unlike the cops in Uvalde, Texas. So now, this lady had a pistol. She went up against an AR-15 and she won because she was confident and competent in her abilities to handle that firearm, which I'm also a firearms instructor in case you didn't know, and I always teach safe firearms handling, and I tell people all the time that firearms handling is a perishable skill, which means that that skill can diminish if you don't practice on a regular basis. And I tell people all the time that you have to practice your draw as well. Now, this lady was at that event, and thank God she had her firearm on her, because she didn't wait around. She didn't go hide behind something. She didn't wait around till somebody brought her additional equipment. No, she used what she had and she stopped the threat. When you get a new firearm, when you get a new holster, you have to practice your draw. You should have a fast, fluid draw. It should be nothing to it. And of course, when you draw your weapon, finger is right here on the trigger guard or high on the register. It's never on the actual trigger until you're ready to shoot. This lady saved several lives. She didn't think about herself at all. She thought about saving all those people. To the lady who saved all those lives, if you're watching this video, I would love to do an interview with you. My email address is tacticalsafetyga@gmail.com. That's tacticalsafetyga@gmail.com. So she did a great thing, saved lives. That's what matters. And then going back to the event in Uvalde, Texas. So I don't know if any of you have noticed, but a lot of these news stations, they're anti-gun. So what they do is they try and spin the narrative, and they try to demonize people who have a lot of rounds of ammunition, which is absolutely ridiculous. You notice how they keep saying, he bought 375 rounds of ammunition immediately after he bought those guns. 375 rounds is nothing. I'll shoot sometimes 500 rounds in a day. And You see this ammo can right here. Now check this out. This ammo can is full of 5.56/223 ammo. Filled to the brim just about. And it's probably around 1,300 rounds in here. Like I said, 375 rounds is nothing. Because I know people who buy thousands of rounds at a time. I keep thousands of rounds. Because when I go shooting, I don't know if I'm going to have a short day and shoot 100 rounds, or if I feel like shooting 700 or 800 rounds. Whatever it is, I'm going to have that to take with me to the range. Simple as that. I tell my students all the time in my class, do not let people who don't like guns demonize you for having an interest in firearms. I'm going to teach women's firearms classes as well. I've got a class coming up on Saturday, June 18th. So all you ladies out there who need firearms training, it's a basic pistol course, and I am an NRA certified instructor, and the link for that class will be in the description box too. You can click on the link, sign up for it, and then I'll be in contact with you and tell you more about it and what to bring and all that good stuff. And I look forward to hearing your feedback and look forward to you signing up for my classes. Also, I have a class for June 11th that anybody can sign up for, but the June 18th class is a women's only class. So remember to stay armed, stay vigilant, and stay tactical. We'll see you next time.